Hey everybody, it's Ron with Ron's Computer Videos. How are you doing this evening? Things are going great. Before too much more time went by, I wanted to go ahead and do a video about the fun things that I picked up at VCF Midwest in Schaumburg, Illinois, just maybe about 2 or 3 weeks back at the Schaumburg Convention Center, where I left quite a bit of money. But it wasn't all buying things. Some people gave me some really nice stuff, and to them I say thank you so much. I am oftentimes really bestowed some kindnesses from this community that I don't always feel like that I've done whatever to deserve. But I really am very thankful for people just believing in me and being kind enough to do a little wish fulfillment here and there. But the video is not super long, but I say that we just get right into it, and then there's something at the end that I want to share that's really, really special to me. Okay, we'll start with the first thing that I picked up, and I have been trying to kind of build out my big box game collection for a while now. And one of the series that I've wanted to collect for a while is the Leisure Suit Larry series. So, of course, I picked up a copy of Leisure Suit Larry Love for Sale. This is actually like the 6th game in the series. Even though it's technically the 5th, it's because it's kind of an in-joke there at Sierra that there was no 4th Leisure Suit Larry game. It's called like the Missing Floppies or something like that. But I got this from Jeremy from Jeremy's Retro Bar. He was really nice. He's been holding onto it for me for a while. But the game, it is just the box. I don't think he had the discs or anything for it. But you know what? It'll look good on a shelf when I collect out some of the rest of those games. So why not, right? I also picked up a copy of Leisure Suit Larry, Passionate Patty, and the Pulsating Pectorals. This is, what number in this series is this one? This is like number 3, which is kind of part of the original game series of all of that. I mean, they've had a bunch of reboots and remakes and everything over the years, but these are the original ones. This is like the IBM Tandy kind of version. They're fun games. They're kind of sold on the idea of titillation, but they are pretty tame, I would say, by today's standards. But yeah. So I got a copy of Passionate Patty. This was kind of hit me out of nowhere. I was able to get a copy of Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards. This is the IBM Tandy version. This is complete. I was really kind of impressed on the price on this one too. It could have been a lot more expensive, I think, than what it ended up being. But for a complete copy of the game, the box, really great shape. Really great shape. This was not a bad deal, so I picked it up. This is another Sierra title. There was a guy there that had just a mess of Sierra games. And this is Police Quest 1 In Pursuit of the Death Angel. I am not really a fan of the Police Quest games. I don't think that they're all that especially fun. But for the price that I got for this one, I think it was worth picking up. The box is in pretty good shape too. It was complete. Again, it's the PC version. I don't know if this was released on Mac or anything else. I don't seem to recall, but most of these were just kind of all there. It was a PC collector, so that was what he had. But yeah, it's a pretty nice box, not too shabby. I also got this from Jeremy. This is Space Quest 6, Roger Wilco in The Spinal Frontier. This is kind of one of the later ones in the Space Quest series. I don't know if it's my favorite. I would say I like some of the earlier ones. I think that it's Space Quest 4, the Time Rippers. I think that's maybe my favorite one, just because it kind of takes the piss out of itself and absolutely makes fun of its own series of games. And I don't know, that one's maybe just a little bit more fun. But the box was in really good shape. I think this is another one that is just the box, that it doesn't actually have any of the stuff inside. But it was my intention to just kind of display this stuff anyway, so I don't know that it really hurts much. I did pick up a copy of Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, and it's because I recently interviewed Lauren Elliott, who kind of shared a story during the interview about how he was kind of picked to be on the cover of this game. He's the gentleman there on the right that is holding up the lady who has passed out. But it's basically, they would grab Sierra employees and put them in costumes and let them be on the cover of the games. This is maybe in the series, I think this is the one where they pulled in the most people, but this too is just a box. But this is the Commodore 64/128 version. I've played the holy heck out of this game when I was young, and I just wanted to pick up a copy because I thought it was funny because of Lauren being on the cover. But yeah, the box was in really great shape for it to just be loose like that. But those are fun games, good times. This I've wanted for a very long time. This is the Colonel's Bequest. This is the first of the Lorabo mystery games. If you only buy one mystery game that the killer collects all the bodies and puts them in a neat stack in the basement, make sure it's Lorabo and the Colonel's Bequest. This is a super fun game and was actually the inspiration for the Crimson Diamond. So the Crimson Diamond owes a lot to the Colonel's Bequest. And this is actually a pretty box. It's got a few little dings, but this was 100% complete. It's got what do we call that? The copy protection card, and there's a little magnifying glass with a red screen so that you could read the copy protection stuff and all that. But no, this was complete. This was in really good shape, and I got it for a great price. The same seller also had a copy of the Dagger of Amun-Ra. This is the second of the Lorabo adventure games. This one is kind of a point and click. The other one is a command line interface game. This one is quite a bit of fun too. I know that this one, there's a lot of really interesting Let's Plays, and I know that there's kind of a speedrunning community for this one especially, but I like both games. I would say that this one is maybe slightly more fun to play just because of the point and click nature of it, but they're both just amazing games. I also picked up some other hardware stuff that I'll show off. Anytime I've got an opportunity to pick up one of these Zenith multimedia player boxes, I'm going to do it. Anybody that went to the computer reset clearance sale or clean out sale probably went home with a couple of these boxes. And so anytime that somebody's got one, I just grab it. They ship so well and are very kind of reminiscent of that cool time when you get to kind of go through computer reset. Joe brought me this. This is a Macintosh 2CI. This is something that Joe I found some guy in Joe's neck of the woods that was selling a ton of Macs, and Joe went over and picked it all up and was supposed to send this to me maybe 2 or more years ago, and it's always been a situation where don't ship it, man, just the next time I see it. Well, finally VCF Midwest became the time that we saw each other. So you can kind of see it in the left-hand corner. There is a copy of Mac Attack. That was something that I had actually given the Macintosh librarian a while back, but I'm going to turn it into a custom thing, and she actually gave it back to me, which was really nice. Yeah, you can see the machine has got a very unique sort of discoloration pattern. I'll have to do some retro writing on that. But the machine itself was in really nice shape. It actually has the cash card and everything inside, and I'm pretty close to maxed out on memory. So I have an accelerator card for these machines. That's been my intention for the last 15 or more years, that I'd really like to test it out. So I finally get an opportunity to do that. Thank you so much, Joe. And then also, and I cannot remember if Mark gave me this or if John Adar had given me this, but both of those guys do a lot of stuff for Mac Effects, and so this is it's a clear mouse body replacement for the Apple Desktop Bus Mouse, and it's just really neat, and it looks really good when you pair it with one of those clear cases that they sell. So absolutely go check out maceffects.com. This is a funny one. Tom Barber brought this to me. I've over the years, I've had a ton of these 12-inch color RGB displays. This is like for the, you look at the side there, you instantly know it's for the Macintosh LC. And I've had a ton of these, and I keep giving them away, So the only one I had left, it turned out, was the black and white one. And I'm like, oh, it'd be really great to have a color one just to fill out my collection. Well, Tom was like, oh, hey, you gave me one of those a while back. Do you want it back? And I was like, yeah, if I kind of could. I hate to do that. But he's like, oh, no, it's just sitting around. So Tom was really nice. He brought it back for me. So now I've got a color display for my LC. I did purchase this machine. There was a vendor that was right down the lane from me. This is a Macintosh PowerBook Duo 270. This is the sub notebook machines that Apple sold for a few years. Basically just sort of like a stripped down ultralight version of the PowerBook machines. The PowerBook machines, weigh between 4 and 5 pounds a piece. These machines here weigh about 2 to 3 pounds, so it's just a much lighter machine to drag around. I think you can see in the screen, or see in the picture, that the screen has a few divots in it. It's probably, the LCD is probably not going to be salvageable, but it is mostly just, I picked it up to have that model, and I think now I'm getting really close to having a full, complete collection of PowerBook Duo machines too. Also, someone came up to the table and was like, hey, aren't you the PowerBook guy? And I pointed down at my display, and I said, yes, I'm the PowerBook guy. And he goes, well, good, because I've got this Duo that used to be part of my law practice, and I need to figure out a way to get the hard drive out of it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I can probably help you with that. And so I started, and I kind of started taking it apart and things, and then I realized I didn't have all of the special bits that you need for this. And I was like, hey, I got it most of the way. I said, if you want, I mean, I can run to like Harbor Freight or something. And he goes, you know what? Just hang on to it. You can just hang on to it, and then you can pull the drive out, and then we'll get back together about it. And I'm like, okay, well, if you trust me to take it, I'll get the drive pulled out and I get it sent back to you. And he goes, oh no, you could just have it, but just send the drive back to me, because it's it was part of my business for years, and I just don't want stuff getting out there. And I was like, oh, I promise you the drive is dead, but I will absolutely get it in the mail to you. Something else that was actually also part of this little lot of stuff are some dock connections. So you saw in the previous picture there on the left, that is the Duo Mini dock. That is basically, it's like a port replicator, and it has all of the standard ports you would see on a regular 100 series PowerBook. And then also a HD20 floppy drive, which is the one that's for the Duos, and it's also for the PowerBook 100. And then the Duo floppy dock. Also, Juicy Crumb, all the way from Australia, they had a bunch of neat stuff at their table that they were showing off, and one of the things that they had were these really nice 3D printed, or not 3D printed, these are like molded, I guess, or maybe they are 3D printed, but they're programmer switches for like the SE and the SE30, and so they had a couple of them, and they gave me one, and I was like, oh, that's really nice. Javier also had a ton of stuff at his table. He was doing a little bit of cross promotion with Mac Effects and John Adar and and basically just had a ton of stuff at their table. Oh, and they were also showing off a new kind of RPG adventure game for the Apple II that I actually reviewed on my channel recently. It's called Skull Island, and it was actually quite a bit of fun. You should go and watch that live stream sometime. Greg Jewett with 8-Bit Shack was kind of showing that all off. But these things here in the picture are Javier's power adapters for the 100 series PowerBooks. And basically what they do is you can plug a USB-C power supply into them, and they got a nice little voltmeter kind of built into the top of it, so that way you could see exactly what's happening. But he gave me a handful of those, and I think I'm supposed to pay him for those, so I will have to ask and see. And then I think this is the last item that I have here on my slideshow. These are from Kate, the Macintosh librarian. This is a baby Mackie and a baby Tui. These are little 3D printed doodads that you can put on your desk for, a little bit of decoration. So thanks, Kate. All pretty neat stuff. Again, thank you so much to everybody who cut me an amazing deal on something, or just gave me something out of the goodness of your heart. I really do appreciate it. There's a lot of times where it's kind of overwhelming just how kind the community is, and how nice people are when they just want to give you things that they know are going to bring you joy. And this next thing, really, really special. If you're anything like me, and I know I am, there is a game that was for the black and white classic Macs that is one of those things that just absolutely, I loved it. A platformer kind of game, captured my imagination back in the game, because I was a horror kid growing up, monster kid, whatever you want to call it, and this game was something that I played because I downloaded a demo of it 4 million years ago that was called Wolves in the Woods. And this was a little game that was put out by a guy named Bill Appleton that was an action platformer for the Mac when there wasn't a whole lot of action platformer kind of machines or kind of games back in those days. But eventually he made a better version that was called like Frankie's Dungeon, that it kind of expanded the gameplay and stuff, and it was more than just what was effectively a tech demo. It was like a real game. But then later he started working with this company called Reactor, and Reactor turned it into a big real retail product called Creepy Castle. Jason Heiser was kind enough, and he actually kind of surprised me. I was sitting there, I was eating lunch with Kate and with John Calhoun, who, again, two great people that were nice enough to spend a little bit of time with me at the show. I was sitting there eating lunch, and Jason came up and he says, "Hey, do you recognize me?" And I said, "Yes, I absolutely recognize you, but I cannot remember your name off the top of my head." And he goes, "Oh, Jason Heiser." I said, we talked about Creepy Castle and stuff online. I said, "Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. Normally when I see you, you're only this tall because you're just a picture on my monitor." And he goes, "Well, I've got something for you." And he just handed me this. And I said, "Oh, well, that's so great. Let me take some pictures of this now that I've got it up and close and personal." And he goes, "Well, take all the pictures you want. And when you take it home, you can take pictures of it there too." And I said, "Well, you can't give me this." And he's like, "I've gotten all the enjoyment out of it that I'm going to get out of it." And he's like, "I know that you'll appreciate this." And I really do. And I'm kind of tearing up a little bit thinking about it, but it means a lot, because this game, back in the day, I played it. And of course I did not have a real copy of it. I had a found in the usual places sort of copy. But to have like the real deal retail copy of this means a lot. And so, Jason, thank you so much. again, I get a little teary thinking about it, but thank you. So, but this has a very special place in my collection and always will, and I'll hang on to it forever. So I hope that you too had some amazing experiences at VCF Midwest. And if you're someone at home who has not been fortunate enough to be able to go, my advice would be plan. Just plan for it. Try to get there. Even if you can just get there for a day. Come on Saturday and have an amazing time. There's so much fun stuff that happens. There's neat things to buy. There's neat things to see. There's people to talk to. There's friendships to be forged. I know that I'm one of those people that spent a lot of my life thinking about things as being like this impossible dream. Like, I can't get there. It's too far away. The dream's too big. Well, it turns out the world's a lot smaller than what we give it credit for. So if it is safe for you to come, you should come. And I hope to see you there next year. Thanks.